In the not-so-distant future, in the gleaming metropolis of Utopiaville, everything was perfect. The air was clean, crime was non-existent, and everyone was always happy. The secret to this flawless society was the Happiness Enforcement Bureau, HEB, a government agency dedicated to ensuring that every citizen maintained a state of perpetual bliss. HEB agents, known as smiley inspectors, roamed the streets, their faces frozen in eerie grins. They carried joy meters, devices that could measure a person's happiness level. If anyone's joy dropped below the acceptable threshold, the inspectors were quick to intervene. One day, a young man named Max woke up feeling off. He couldn't quite place it, but something felt wrong. His usual morning routine of chirping holographic birds and cheerful news broadcasts couldn't shake his unease. Max knew he had to keep up appearances, but the more he tried to force a smile, the more his anxiety grew. As he walked to work, Max couldn't help but notice the ever-watchful eyes of the smiley inspectors. He passed by a large billboard that read, "Happiness is mandatory. Sadness is treason." The words sent a shiver down his spine. At work, Max's boss, Mr. Grinwell, greeted him with an overly enthusiastic handshake. "Good morning, Max. Isn't it a wonderful day to be alive?" he beamed. "Yes, Mr. Grinwell," Max replied, forcing a smile. "Absolutely wonderful." But Max's unease didn't go unnoticed. During lunch, a smiley inspector approached him, joy meter in hand. "Excuse me, sir. Routine happiness check." Max's heart raced as the inspector scanned him. The device beeped and flashed red. "Happiness levels below acceptable range," the inspector announced. "Please follow me." Max was taken to the HEB headquarters, a sleek, sterile building filled with smiling faces and cheerful music. He was escorted to a room where he met Dr. Bliss, the chief happiness officer. "Max, we've noticed your happiness levels are dangerously low," Dr. Bliss said, her grin never wavering. "We'll need to perform a happiness adjustment." Max was strapped into a chair and a device was placed on his head. Dr. Bliss flipped a switch, and a wave of artificial joy flooded Max's mind. He felt an uncontrollable urge to smile, but inside, he was screaming. When the procedure was over, Max was released back into the world, his face plastered with a permanent grin. He went about his days like everyone else, but the darkness in his heart grew. He knew the truth. Utopiaville's perfection was a facade, and the price of happiness was his soul. And so, Max joined the ranks of the smiling zombies, outwardly happy but inwardly broken, a silent testament to the sinister truth behind Utopiaville's perfect facade. The end.